Deep in the vast, crushing blackness of the ocean, where sunlight is just a distant memory, our deep-sea submersible, the Odyssey, was on a mission to map the uncharted abyssal plains. For weeks, the journey had been a silent ballet of strange, gelatinous life forms and eerie volcanic vents. The crew, a team of seasoned oceanographers and biologists, had seen it all, or so they thought. But on day 42, everything changed. The sonar, our eyes in the dark, started picking up an anomaly. It wasn't a whale, not a submarine, and definitely not a geological feature. It moved with a speed that defied the laws of hydrodynamics as we understood them. On the screen, a blip danced around our vessel, moving with an intelligence that felt predatory. The pilot, a man who had spent 2 decades in the deep, felt a cold knot tighten in his stomach. He maneuvered the Odyssey's powerful spotlights, sweeping the void, trying to catch a glimpse of this ghost. Then, for a split second, it was there, a flash of something huge and impossibly fast. The external cameras struggled to lock on. The crew held their breath, their faces illuminated only by the glow of the monitors. What they were about to witness would rewrite textbooks and haunt their nightmares. Finally, the main forward camera stabilized, and the image that filled the screen sent a wave of shock through the control room. It was a creature unlike anything in the archives of life on Earth. Its body, a masterpiece of evolution, stretched an estimated 50 feet. It was covered in what looked like interlocking plates of obsidian armor, shimmering with a faint, internal bioluminescence. This wasn't the gentle glow of a firefly squid. This was a cold, pulsing light that seemed to absorb the darkness around it. The creature moved with a serpentine grace, but at a speed that should have been impossible at these depths, propelled by fins that sliced through the water like obsidian blades. Its head was a nightmare of efficiency. There were no visible eyes in the traditional sense, but clusters of sensory pits that pulsed in rhythm with its internal light. We later theorized these pits could detect the faintest bioelectric fields, the minute vibrations of a heartbeat from miles away. It was hunting, and its senses were tuned to a level of perception we could barely comprehend. It didn't need to see, it could feel the life force of everything in its domain. As it circled the Odyssey, we got a closer look at its arsenal. Rows of teeth, long and translucent like spun glass, lined a jaw that could unhinge to an impossible width. They weren't just for biting, they were designed to inject something. A quick analysis of the water around it showed trace amounts of a potent neurotoxin capable of paralyzing a sperm whale in seconds. This thing didn't just kill its prey, it dismantled it on a molecular level. The scientists on board were frantic, cross-referencing every known species, every phylum, every kingdom of life. The result was always the same, no match. This was not a descendant of some known ancient shark or a long-lost reptile. It was something else entirely, a branch of the evolutionary tree that had grown in complete isolation, perfecting the art of the hunt in the most hostile environment on our planet. It was an apex predator from a world within our own. Then, the most terrifying moment of the encounter happened. The creature stopped. It hung motionless in the water, a dozen yards from our viewport. The pulsing lights on its body synchronized, and a single, low-frequency hum vibrated through the Odyssey's titanium hull. It felt like the submersible itself was groaning under the pressure of the sound. It wasn't an attack, it was a communication. A warning. It knew we were there. It was observing us, analyzing us with an intelligence that felt ancient and profound. Just as suddenly as it appeared, it was gone. It didn't swim away. It vanished into the darkness with a burst of speed that our cameras couldn't track. It just ceased to be there. All that was left was the lingering hum in the hull and the chilling footage on our screens. This footage is the only evidence of what we now call the abyssal shade. It proves that for all our exploration and all our technology, the deepest, darkest corners of our own world still hold monsters. And as we ascend back to the surface, we carry with us a humbling and terrifying truth: we are not the only apex predators on this planet. Thank you for watching. If this story captivated you, subscribe for more dives into the unknown.